Good evening, Northern Michigan. Harrison Beebe joining you from the Breslin Center in East Lansing, Michigan, where the state semifinals have wrapped up for boys basketball. The finals taking place on Saturday. The top matchup tonight, Class B, Cadillac, Benton Harbor going at it in a semifinal. Winner getting the chance to go to a state title game, something the Cadillac Vikings have never done in school history. And unfortunately, despite their experience, it is their second straight semifinal matchup. The Vikings once again falling short in the Final Four of the Class B tournament. Benton Harbor wins this one 69-52. Senior Jalen Brooks in his final basketball game of his career for the Vikings put up 30 points, including a couple of impressive throw-down dunks. He had balanced scoring throughout the contest, despite double teams. That's like the Tiger coach even admitted. He had a lot of guys keeping up with number 2 on the court, but the Tiger defense worked on all other Vikings throughout the contest, keeping everyone else at 5 points or below. It was a 37-20 halftime lead for Benton Harbor, and that set the tempo. Cadillac put up 20 in the final quarter to keep it competitive, but it was just not their night. Everything caught up with them, and in the end, the Tigers, they're advancing. The Vikings, unfortunately, going home on Friday night instead of Saturday for the second straight year. We caught up with head coach Jeff McDonald after this one.
Benton Harbor credit. They shot the ball extremely well. At times we might not have contested shots as much as we could, and I know we were concerned about them being able to put the ball on the floor as well. But, boy, sometimes they shot the ball well when we were there, and I give them credit for that. They deserve to win tonight, and I wish them well tomorrow.
The Vikings finished the season 16-10 overall, and again, it was the second straight trip to the Breslin Center for Cadillac and their Viking fans in the Final Four of Class B. Once again, the Breslin Center in East Lansing played host to the MHSAA boys basketball semifinals, Class D semifinals, taking place Thursday night. Frankfort, Cedarville, both still alive with a chance to make the state championship game. Start with Frankfort. They tipped off in the early game against Southfield Christian, and the Panthers just could not get out of the blocks. Getting outscored 25-11 in the first quarter, and their star player David Loney getting 3 fouls. In the end, Loney was able to put up 32 points. But if you want to go on in the end, you're also looking at South Christian's total points, 97-68. They go on to defeat the Panthers in the semifinal this afternoon at the Breslin Center. We caught up with head coach Reggie Manville after the Panther loss.
We ran into a real buzzsaw today. We didn't play our best game, but a lot of it has to do with them. Their shooting was phenomenal. Our defense just couldn't hold them, and you look at the stats, and they're shooting almost 60% from the field the first half. That's very difficult to overcome.
The Panthers finished the season with a 20-7 overall record. It was their first semifinal game in the MHSAA playoffs dating back to 1969. So still a great year for them and a phenomenal ending here in East Lansing. Well, the Cedarville Trojans, they've been to the Breslin Center a few times the past few years. They've picked up regional titles left and right in the past decade, and they last won a state championship here back in 2007. So they're familiar with the East Lansing territory, and it was a wild one, back and forth with Adrian Lenawee Christian. It was the Trojans looking like they were going to take a lead into the first quarter timeout, but Christian put up a shot at the end to give them a 17-16 cushion. The game was tied at 49 at one point in the fourth quarter, but that was before the size of the Cougars kind of took advantage of that one. And in the end, a final at the Breslin Center, 67-58. Joey Duncan and Brad Causley each scored 22 for the Trojans, but head coach Dave Duncan says their size was just too much to handle on this night.
I mean, I've been coming to the state finals. I've coached in 2 and was fortunate enough this is our 5th Final Four. That's the biggest team I've ever seen at the state finals in any class.
Cedarville finishes the season at 23-3.